Imagine coming home for a funeral, expecting the usual family drama fighting over who gets grandma's china or why you're still single, but instead, your sister greets you with a glass of wine in one hand and a conspiracy theory about a serial killer in the other. Welcome to the family reunion from hell, where the vibes are absolutely rancid and the gaslighting is gaslighting. Today, we are breaking down a psychological thriller that will make you want to call your sibling and apologize for stealing their hoodie in 2015. It's a story about trauma, trust issues, and why you should never, ever trust a neighbor who gardens at 3 a.m. Grab your emotional support water bottle and let's get into this tea. Our story kicks off with Kate, a high-flying police profiler. She's basically the CEO of Catching Bad Guys, a literal top 1 server in the world of criminal psychology. She spends her days analyzing the minds of psychopaths, but ironically, her own mental state is looking a little 404 not found. She's popping pills like they're breath mints and dealing with some serious PTSD hallucinations. But on the outside, she's serving girl boss, looking put together and unbothered. She returns to her childhood home in a town that looks like it was designed by a depressed architect. Why? Because her mom just logged off permanently. RIP. She pulls up to the old family house, which is giving major haunted mansion energy, and meets her sister, Sally. Now, if Kate is the golden child who escaped the toxic family dynamic, Sally is the one who stayed behind and got cooked. Sally is a mess. She's disheveled, frantic, and clearly best friends with the liquor cabinet. She hasn't slept in days, and her hair is fighting a losing battle with gravity. The reunion is awkward, like level 10 cringe, awkward. But Sally doesn't waste time with small talk. She grabs Kate and drops a nuclear bomb. The neighbor is a serial killer. I've seen him burying bodies in the woods. Surprise. Bestie. Kate looks at Sally like she just grew a second head. In Kate's mind, Sally is just drunk and delusional. Kate activates her Dr. Phil mode and starts diagnosing her sister on the spot. Paranoia? Check. Alcohol-induced psychosis? Check. She completely dismisses Sally, basically telling her to go touch grass and sober up. It's a classic case of gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. But Kate thinks she's being the responsible adult. She's so confident in her big city brain that she doesn't even consider that her messy sister might be onto something. To prove Sally wrong and shut her up, Kate decides to go meet this alleged final boss. Let's call him Grandpa Green. H is an elderly man living next door, tending to his roses, looking like the type of guy who hands out full-size candy bars on Halloween. Kate chats him up, and H is super polite, offering condolences and acting like a total NPC. Kate walks away thinking, see, H is harmless. Sally is just tripping. She goes back to the house, feeling superior, ready to put her sister in rehab and sell the house. But here is where the movie pulls a fast one on us. As Kate stays in the creepy house, her own mental firewall starts to crumble. She starts hearing noises, the floorboards creak, shadows move, and she starts having vivid flashbacks to their childhood. We find out the lore of this family is dark. Their dad wasn't just strict, he was a monster. Kate ran away to save herself, leaving Sally to be the tank and absorb all the damage. This explains why Sally is so broken and why she resents Kate. It's deep, emotional trauma, and the house is basically a museum of their pain. Things get wild when Kate wakes up in the middle of the night. She looks out the window, and what does she see? Grandpa Green is in his garden, digging, at 3 a.m. Now, I don't know about you, but unless H is planting nocturnal potatoes, that is a massive red flag. Kate's skepticism starts to crack. She watches him burn things in a barrel, looking over his shoulder like H is trying to hide a body or at least some incriminating evidence. Suddenly, Kate isn't so sure anymore. Is she hallucinating like Sally? Or is the drunk sister actually the only person with 20/20 vision in this town? Kate decides to do what every horror movie protagonist does, ignore common sense and investigate alone. She starts snooping around Grandpa Green's property. She finds weird stuffed toys, clothes that definitely don't belong to a lonely old man. The tension ramps up. She realizes that Sally wasn't hearing things, she was hearing victims. The nice old man act was just a skin he wore to hide the predator underneath. H has been operating in plain sight, using the town's dismissal of Sally to his advantage. He knew no one would believe the town drunk. It's actually a 200 IQ play by the villain, exploiting the family drama to cover his tracks. Kate decides she needs hard proof. She breaks into his house while H is out. This is the part where you're screaming at the screen. Don't go in the basement. But of course, she goes in the basement. It's always the basement, and down there, she finds the receipts. It's a trophy room of horror. Bones, belongings, photos. It turns out Grandpa Green has been deleting people for years. The realization hits Kate like a truck. She was so busy judging her sister that she let a monster serve them tea. She has been played by her own ego. But then disaster strikes. Grandpa Green comes home early. Kate is trapped. He finds her. The mask falls off completely. H is not the nice gardener anymore. H is a terrifying psychopath with a shovel and a plan to add Kate to his collection. He starts his villain monologue, talking about cleansing and other creepy nonsense. Kate tries to use her psychology tricks, but this guy is immune to therapy talk. He corners her, and it looks like game over for Dr. Mindhunter. Shish is overpowered, terrified, and regretting every life choice that led her to this moment. Just as H is about to deliver the final blow BAM, a glass bottle shatters over his head. Who is it? It's Sally, the messy sister. The one everyone wrote off. Stumbles in like a chaotic angel of vengeance. She might be tipsy, but Shish is running on pure adrenaline and sisterly rage. She didn't run away this time. She came back for Kate. It's the ultimate redemption arc. Sally plus Shish's, built different. The two sisters team up for a final boss fight. It's not a pretty, choreographed fight scene, it's desperate, gritty, and real. They are clawing, kicking, and screaming. They aren't just fighting the neighbor, they are fighting their past. Their father's ghost, and the years of silence between them. Together, they manage to overpower him. In a satisfying turn of events, they give him a taste of his own medicine, knocking him out cold, or maybe worse. Depending on how dark you like your endings, just as the police sirens wail in the distance. The aftermath is surprisingly touching. The police arrest the neighbor, or zip him up in a bag. And the truth comes out. The town is shook, but the real resolution happens on the front porch of that cursed house. Kate and Sally sit together, bruised, dirty, and exhausted. Kate looks at Sally and finally drops the ego. She apologizes for not believing her, for leaving her, for everything. Sally, in a moment of absolute grace, forgives her. They realize that they are survivors. The title of the movie, which we won't name, but you know, refers not just to the physical bones found next door, but the skeletons in their own closet that they've finally laid to rest. So, what's the lesson here, fam? First, always trust your intuition, even if people think you're crazy. Second, if your neighbor is digging holes at midnight, call the cops. Don't go over for tea. And third, check on your messy friends and siblings. Sometimes they see the truth that you're too perfect to notice. This movie is a solid 810 on the anxiety scale. It makes you realize that sometimes the monsters aren't under the bed, they are gardening next door. What would you do? Would you have believed Sally? Or would you have gaslit her into oblivion like Kate did? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap and want more lit breakdowns of psychological thrillers, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next time we get locked in on a movie. Stay safe, stay suspicious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.